Okay, wow. So many people have sent us articles about this rumored TeslaPiPhone, and everybody is comparing it to the iPhone 16. It's like the ultimate smartphone showdown, you know?
Right. It's crazy how much hype there is around this Pi phone.
Yeah, like, is it really gonna be the iPhone killer? So we've got a whole stack of articles here, and we're gonna dive deep into all of it. We're talking design, performance, battery life, AI, operating systems, the whole nine yards.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about two companies that are known for pushing the boundaries of technology, so this should be fun.
Totally. And by the end of this, you'll know everything there is to know about these phones. At least everything that's been rumored so far. So first things first, let's talk about design.
All right, let's get visual.
Okay, so the Pi phone is rumored to have this crazy chameleon color-changing exterior already.
Yeah, that's one of the wildest rumors I've heard.
Can you imagine that? Like going from a sleek black phone at work to like a fiery red one for a night out, just like that.
It's like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's also kind of cool idea. Like, I mean, think about it. People love to personalize their phones, right? Cases, wallpapers, all that.
Yeah, your phone is like an extension of your personality.
Exactly. So the Pi phone could take that personalization to a whole new level.
Wow, that would be something else. But how would that even work?
Well, the article suggests it could involve some kind of nanotechnology that allows the exterior to actually shift colors on demand.
Nanotechnology, that's pretty high tech.
It is, and it would be a pretty bold move for Tesla, especially compared to Apple's, classic design approach.
Right. Apple is all about that clean, minimalist aesthetic.
Yeah, I mean, they're still using premium materials like surgical grade stainless steel and aerospace aluminum for that iPhone 16, sticking with those fixed iconic colors,
Yeah, Apple's definitely got that timeless elegance thing going on.
for sure.
But the Pi phone, with the rumors about titanium and graphene,
Oh, yeah. That's interesting.
those materials are like next level. Titanium is incredibly strong, but super lightweight. I mean, that's what they use in like high-end watches and stuff.
Right.
And then there's graphene. This stuff is like crazy flexible, incredibly thin, and it's a superconductor, like the wonder material of the future.
Totally. And from a material science perspective, it's really exciting to see what they could do with that.
Yeah.
I mean, a titanium phone would be unbelievably durable, maybe even bendable.
Yeah, like say goodbye to cracked screens forever.
Right. And if they can harness graphene's conductivity, we could be talking about like insanely fast data transfer speeds and charging times.
Okay, so imagine this, right? You've got a phone that's as light as a feather, but practically indestructible. And then, to top it all off, the rumors say the Pi phone is going to have a completely bezel-less, notchless display with an under-display camera.
Yeah, it's like the whole front of the phone is just pure screen.
It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it.
It is. But that's where we see a clear difference in priorities
Mm-hmm.
between Apple and Tesla. Well, Apple's probably going to stick with the notch on the iPhone 16. They need that notch to house their Face ID technology.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it seems like they're betting on their users valuing that extra level of security, even if it means sacrificing a bit of screen real estate.
So it's a trade-off, really. A slightly smaller screen in exchange for knowing your phone is super secure. Tough choice.
I think it comes down to personal preference,
Yeah.
right? Like, what's more important to you?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, well, let's move on from the looks to the brains of these devices because the performance and AI rumors are where things get really interesting.
Oh, yeah. The specs on these phones are insane.
So first up, we've got the iPhone 16 with Apple's A18 chip. And you know, Apple's A-series chips are legendary for a reason.
Absolutely.
Like, they're the gold standard for mobile processing.
Right. Super smooth, super efficient.
Exactly. And the A18 is expected to be even more powerful than its predecessors, so you know the iPhone 16 is going to be a beast when it comes to things like gaming, video editing, multitasking, you name it.
Oh, yeah. Apple's all about that smooth, reliable performance.
For sure. But then we have the iPhone, and this is where things get a little crazy.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so the iPhone is rumored to have something called the Tesla Neural Processor, or TNP for short. And this thing is specifically designed for AI and machine learning.
It's not just about raw power. It's about making the phone truly intelligent.
Okay, so like, what does that actually mean for the user?
Well, think of it this way. The A18 chip in the iPhone is like a super fast race car.
Okay, I'm following.
But the TMP in the iPhone could be like a self-driving car that anticipates your every move.
Whoa, okay, now that's a cool image. So the iPhone could actually learn your habits and adapt to your usage.
Exactly. Like, imagine a phone that can predict when you're about to run out of battery and automatically adjust its performance to conserve power.
That's amazing.
Or maybe it learns which apps you use most at certain times of day and preloads them for you so they're ready to go instantly.
Wow. That would be so convenient. It's like having a personal assistant built right into your phone.
Right. It's taking AI to a whole new level.
Okay, I'm seriously impressed. But hold on, we can't forget about the cameras. Everyone wants to take amazing photos with their phones these days, and both of these devices are packing some serious heat in that department.
Oh, yeah. The camera wars are heating up.
So let's start with the iPhone 16.
All right, what's Apple got up their sleeve?
It's expected to have a triple lens system, right? Ultra wide, wide, and telephoto.
Yep, pretty standard for a flagship phone these days.
Yeah,
But what sets Apple apart is their computational photography. It's amazing.
it really is. They've got deep fusion for incredibly detailed images, and then there's night mode for taking stunning low-light shots.
Right. You don't even need to be a pro photographer to take amazing photos with an iPhone these days.
Yeah, they just make it so easy. But the PiPhone, well, they're not messing around either. They're rumored to have a quad camera system.
Ooh, 4 lenses. That's getting serious.
Yeah, the rumors say it could have a periscope telephoto lens for crazy zoom capabilities, an ultra-wide lens to capture those epic landscapes, a macro lens for those extreme close-ups, and then a primary sensor that's supposed to be on par with professional cameras.
Oh, wow. That's a serious camera setup.
And it gets even better. They're also saying it's going to have AI-powered software that can automatically adjust settings based on the scene you're shooting.
So, like, it would know if you're taking a portrait, a landscape, or a macro shot and optimize the settings accordingly.
Exactly. Like imagine you're taking a picture of a flower. The AI would recognize that it's a macro shot and automatically switch to the macro lens and adjust the settings to get the perfect depth of field and focus.
It's insane. It's like having a professional photographer whispering in your ear, telling you exactly how to frame the shot and what settings to use.
Totally. So even if you're a complete photography newbie, you could potentially take pro-level photos with this phone.
Exactly. That's the power of AI.
And, it's not just about the camera. This AI could potentially impact everything on the PiPhone.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We could be talking about real-time language translation, seamless augmented reality experiences, and user interfaces that adapt to your individual preferences.
It's like, is there anything AI can't do these days?
It's really starting to feel that way.
But thinking about all this AI and these powerful processors, it makes you wonder about battery life. Like, how are these phones going to keep up with all this demand?
Right? That's a really good point.
Especially with rumors about the PiPhone potentially using a quantum dot display, which is supposed to be even brighter and more colorful than OLED.
Yeah, we're talking about some serious power consumption, so the question is, can the batteries keep up?
Okay, so let's dive into the battery life showdown next. This is where things get really interesting.
I'm ready. Let's do it. All right, so battery life. I think we can all relate to that feeling of panic when our phone starts dying at the worst possible time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like the modern day equivalent of being stranded in the desert without water.
Exactly. So how do these phones stack up in the battery department?
Well, let's start with the iPhone 16. Apple has been pretty good about steadily improving battery life with each new iPhone generation, and they've got that MagSafe charging, which is pretty convenient.
Right. You could just snap that charger on and you're good to go.
Yeah, no more fumbling around with cables in the dark.
Exactly.
But, Apple's approach is more about, like, refinement and optimization.
Right. They're squeezing every last drop of efficiency out of those lithium-ion batteries.
Yep.
And their users can generally expect a solid day of usage on a single charge, which is pretty important for people who rely on their phones for, well, pretty much everything.
Right. But then we have Tesla, and, well, they're not exactly known for playing it safe.
No, they're not.
Like, they're all about pushing the boundaries and disrupting the status quo, and the rumors about the PiPhone's battery are no exception.
Oh, yeah, things get pretty wild.
Okay, so get this. The PiPhone is rumored to use next-generation lithium-sulfur batteries. And these batteries have a much higher energy density than traditional lithium-ion batteries. Which means, potentially, days of battery life on a single charge.
Whoa, hold on, days. Like multiple days.
Yeah, I know, it sounds crazy. Like, imagine going on a weekend camping trip and not even needing to bring a charger.
That would be incredible.
Right. But wait, there's more.
There's more.
The rumors go even further, suggesting that the PiPhone might even have built-in solar charging capabilities.
Okay, now that's just next level.
I know, right?
So, like, you could be hiking in the mountains, and your phone is just passively soaking up energy from the sun, topping up its battery, without you even having to do anything.
Exactly. That's true freedom. It's like off-grid living, but for your phone.
I love it.
Okay, so battery life potentially a huge win for Tesla. But even with amazing battery life, a phone needs a great operating system to really shine, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. The operating system is like the brain of the phone. It's what makes everything work together smoothly.
And in that arena, Apple's iOS has been the reigning champion for years. I mean, it's known for its smooth performance, intuitive design, and that seamless integration with the entire Apple ecosystem.
Right. If you've got a MacBook, an iPad, an Apple Watch, AirPods, it all just works together like magic with iOS.
And they've got millions of apps available in the App Store, and they're constantly releasing updates to keep everything running smoothly and securely.
Yeah, iOS is definitely a tough act to follow. But Tesla, they're not going to just sit back and let Apple dominate the OS game.
Oh, no, they are not. They're rumored to be developing their own operating system for the iPhone. They're calling it Tesla OS.
And I have a feeling it's not just going to be another iOS clone.
Okay, so speculate with me here. What could Tesla OS be like? What could they do to make it stand out?
All right, we'll get those creative juices flowing.
I'm ready.
Imagine this, right? You step out of your Tesla, and your iPhone instantly knows to act as your car key, unlocking the doors, and maybe even starting the engine for you.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And then, as you walk towards your house, your phone automatically adjusts the thermostat, turns on the lights, maybe even starts preheating the oven.
Whoa, hold on. It's like your phone becomes the control center for your entire life.
Exactly. Tesla OS could be a single, unified experience for all your Tesla devices. Your car, your solar panels, your home battery, everything.
That's brilliant. Like they're not just building a phone, they're building an entire ecosystem around it.
Exactly. And that could be a huge draw for people who are already invested in the Tesla ecosystem.
Totally. But hold on, there's another rumor about Tesla OS that's even crazier than all of this.
Okay, hit me with it. What else could they possibly come up with?
So get this, Tesla OS is rumored to potentially offer global satellite internet access through SpaceX's Starlink network.
Wait, hold on. Satellite internet on a phone?
Yeah.
Like anywhere in the world?
Yep, you heard that right. No more searching for Wi-Fi, no more dead zones in the middle of nowhere. You'd be constantly connected no matter where you are on the planet.
Okay, that would be a game changer, especially for people who travel a lot or who live in areas with limited cell service.
Right. It would be like having the entire internet in your pocket all the time.
That's a powerful idea.
Okay, so we've got bold design choices, mind-blowing performance potential, cameras that could rival professional gear, potential game-changing battery life, and an operating system that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie.
It's like we've taken a peek into the future of smartphones.
And what a future it is. But before we get too carried away with all this futuristic tech, there are a few more crucial factors to consider.
Oh, right. We can't forget about the things that go beyond specs and features.
We need to talk about security, sustainability, and of course, the price tag.
All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Okay, so we've journeyed through the design, the performance, the AI, those insane cameras, the potential for game-changing battery life, and operating systems that feel like they're straight out of a sci-fi flick.
It's been quite the adventure.
It really has. But after all this, the question remains, which phone comes out on top in this ultimate smartphone showdown?
It's almost impossible to say. It's like, how do you compare a perfectly crafted Swiss watch with a rocket ship?
Whoa, okay, that's a good one, but I see what you mean.
Both are incredible feats of engineering, but they serve completely different purposes.
Right, and that's the biggest takeaway here, I think. The best phone truly depends on your individual needs and priorities.
100%.
So let's break this down for our listener.
Okay.
If you're someone who really values that familiar, polished Apple experience, seamless integration with the Apple ecosystem, a massive app selection, top-notch security, then the iPhone 16 is probably going to be your jam.
Yeah, it's like that reliable friend you always know you can count on. Apple has this incredible track record of delivering these high-quality devices. They focus on refinement and that user experience. The iPhone 16 is going to be a fantastic phone, I'm sure.
For sure. But on the other hand, if you're a tech enthusiast, you're someone who's all about those cutting-edge innovations, you're willing to embrace a brand new operating system and maybe even save a few $100 in the process, well.
The TeslaPiPhone might be calling your name.
It might be. I mean, it's definitely the wild card here, the one pushing the boundaries. We talked about those futuristic features, the color-changing exterior, the solar charging satellite internet.
Right.
That Tesla neural processor could completely redefine what it means for a phone to be smart.
It's exciting stuff.
It really is. And it feels like Tesla is really trying to redefine what a smartphone can be. They're not just iterating, they're leaping ahead.
Absolutely. It's like they're looking at the entire smartphone landscape and saying, we're going to do things differently.
I love that.
And that's what makes this whole comparison so interesting. It's not just a spec for spec thing.
It's way deeper than that.
It's like a clash of philosophies.
So, tell me more.
Apple is representing that slow and steady evolution, that incremental improvement.
Oh, okay.
And Tesla is all about that revolution, that disruption.
And, I think ultimately it's the consumer who benefits from this competition.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It pushes both companies to innovate and deliver better products.
Right.
And when they're competing like this, we all win.
I'm so curious to see how this all unfolds. I have a feeling this is just the beginning.
Oh, definitely. The future of smartphones.
It's going to be wild.
It's going to be amazing. I mean, we're just scratching the surface here. Imagine flexible displays, holographic projections, brain-computer interfaces.
Okay, now I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah.
But let's not get too carried away with the future just yet. Let's come back to the here and now. We've given our listener a lot to digest. But ultimately, the choice is in their hands.
Yes.
Yes.
It comes down to what you, the listener, value the most.
Right. Do you want that refinement and familiarity of Apple and that whole ecosystem? Or are you drawn to Tesla's innovation and maybe that potential for a different kind of ecosystem?
Right, right.
And maybe the biggest question, what's your budget looking like?
Because of that price difference.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big factor for a lot of people.
Totally.
So there you have it. We've explored everything: rumors, features, future implications, potential costs, and the different philosophies of these two amazing tech giants. Now it's your turn. What are you most excited about?
What are you prioritizing? And of course, which phone are you leaning towards?
Head over to our website, join the conversation, let us know what you think. We are so excited to see what the future holds for smartphones, and we're on this journey with you.
Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and keep diving deep.